The Dolly Zoom effect, or vertigo effect as some of you might know it as, is pretty amazing. But do you know you can do it using the waypoints feature? Let's do this. Hello, welcome once again to the channel. So today's video is all about the Dolly Zoom, or the vertigo effect, as I've just said, and how you can achieve this using waypoints. Now, before we get into the video, I'd just like to explain to some of you, because some of you will know exactly what I'm talking about, some of you might not, what the Dolly Zoom is. Back in 1958, Alfred Hitchcock, he produced a film and directed a film called Vertigo. And in that film, he used this effect, and he was the first to try it and use it. A little bit later on, Steven Spielberg, he used it in 1975 in a film called Jaws. I'm sure you've all seen that before. Frightened me to death as a kid. And later on in a film called Goodfellas. Basically what it is moving your camera, in this case our camera is our drone, moving it to your point of interest, and as you move it, you then zoom in or zoom out, whichever way that you're going. And that's what today's video is all about. Now, I've got two examples to show you. The first one is a straight dolly zoom using waypoints, and the other one is a little bit different and quite special. So stick around for that one a little later on in the video. So the first thing you need to do when you're setting up with Dolly Zoom is to make sure that you've got your grid lines on. If you go into camera and select those two just there, that makes it a lot easier to get things lined up correctly. Then you start your waypoint mission, and it says just there, as you can see, press C1 button to add a waypoint. You can program those C buttons underneath to add one, or you can simply just add one on the screen. So the first one I've added with the C1 button, and as you can see, that is at the start of the waypoint, and all I'm doing now is I'm going to go back around about 130 feet, something like this. Once I've got the distance I want, I just click the C1 and add another waypoint. Now what we need to do is we need to add a point of interest, and obviously the point of interest is that square there, that tower, and we just click on screen where that tower is, and that will create a point of interest. What we do next is click the three dots and make sure that the waypoint 1 is the start point. And on signal lost, what we need to do is select continue. That being, if you lose signal, the mission will complete itself before returning to home. Next thing we need to check is, like I've just said, is make sure that the waypoint is the first one that you want to start it from. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click on each waypoint. Waypoint 2, what we need to do here is we need to add a 4x zoom. What that will do is, as it comes back towards that waypoint, it will then make sure that you're zooming in. The camera action on waypoint 1 wants to be start recording, as you can see just there. And then we're almost ready to go. Just make sure that the speed and the altitude is correct. You're checking every setting is right. I've set the speed to about 5 miles an hour, or 5.59 miles an hour. And then all you need to do is click go, and that will fly now towards the first waypoint. And then we'll have a look exactly what it comes out like. So there's the straightforward dolly zoom using waypoints. The second example, this is the one I'm really excited about to show you guys out there. This one uses the dolly zoom, but while it's actually moving on a waypoint mission. So let's get straight in and have a look at this one and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this is the original mission I did 2 weeks ago in a video, which was a orbit around that tower you've just seen. And for those of you that didn't see the video, is a speeded up version of that waypoint mission itself. And what I've done is I went back to the location as I did last week, and we was hit by the storms. And as you can see on the right hand side, the edited version, I've actually added another waypoint. So what you can see here is number 7 is now the last waypoint. I've added number 6 in, and what I've done there is I've put a speed of 5.3 mile an hour. I've also added a 4x zoom to this particular waypoint. Now all 3 waypoints, as you can see, the last 3, 5, 6 and 7, they now progressively get lower, and this has a great effect, as well as adding the actual dolly zoom effect. So let's see how it turns out. So there we go, that's the dolly zoom, or the vertigo effect, using waypoints with your drones, Mini 4 Pro, Air 3 Mavic series, anything that's got waypoints on it, you can do this maneuver and do those effects. Perhaps you can let me know if you've tried this before. I know it's very difficult to do the dolly zoom manually, because basically what you're having to do is you're going to have to push a stick, and you're going to have to alter the zoom control at the same time and keep that zoom perfectly at the same speed all the way through. So by using the waypoints mission, it makes it a damn sight easier. So let me know down in the comments if you've used it before. Is it something that you use all the time? I certainly enjoyed playing around with it, and hope you found some use out of the video and found it informative. And if you have, don't forget, give us the old thumbs up. And if you're new around here, as I said earlier, why don't you consider subscribing, dinging the dong and all the rest of it that goes with it. And if you'd like to have a look at those 2 videos I've chosen for you over there, then I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.